team back.
Hello everybody, my name is CulBlu, and I'm bringing you guys this game along with two other people who are joining me. I think it's Tycho and yes, Tycho and don't tell me.
NinjaByte.
NinjaByte. I was gonna say Night. I was gonna say NinjaByte.
Yeah.
Nightbright?
NinjaByte. Yeah.
Nightbright, Bite, Night, Light.
Light, bright,
That's my name.
Sky, Night, Shite? No. But yes, we're all here, And could you guys go ahead and introduce yourself so everybody knows your beautiful voices?
I'm Tycho.
I'm NinjaByte.
And I'm CulBlu. Alright, and we're jumping into the Dota 2 Google Plus Community Cup. This is going to be Season 3.
10 seconds remaining.
Adjustments aside, we're going to have ourselves a game going on. And do you guys expect some awesome things coming out from this so far?
No idea. Witch Doctors Without Borders were the winners of last season, so they should still be strong. And I don't know too much about DieNasty, so we'll just have to see.
Well, I know Stinger, and he's pretty good. I don't know about the rest of his team, though.
Alright, well, I mean, this is a community cup. This is held on by the Dota 2 Google Plus community, and it's also sponsored by a few other people. We'll talk about them as we go along. But the main thing I want to talk about is that I'm not sure what I'm going to see either, and I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing. Like I've seen a few things before in the past, and I'm not sure if it's going to be like a one-sided stump or like some really interesting creative things that just don't work.
Yeah.
And that's what scares me a little bit. I gotta admit.
Well, even if it's crazy and weird, it'll still be a lot to discuss, right? So it won't be boring for us at least, even if it is a stomp.
And we get to give hints. Oh my gosh, we get to be like the advice dogs. Alright, so far on the bans, could you guys discuss the bans as to what's going on?
Troll and Sniper are pretty obvious bans, but the Nature's Prophet and the Tidehunter are kind of weird for me. Unless they know something I don't about each other. Maybe they've done research or just like looking at most played.
Yeah, trying to think. Stinger plays NP sometimes.
Ah, okay.
So,
but Tidehunter is not really a strong hero anymore. After the various nerfs, he doesn't really have good lane presence, especially like versus Lion, who can now zone him out pretty easily with the base damage. Lion's pretty popular. Venge is pretty popular. Sort of the supports now got better at zoning.
And Dazzle, is Dazzle considered on the level of a support who got better, or who just was always better but nobody paid attention to him?
He's pretty good, but a lot of people are picking him because of the sort of carries that are getting picked now are pretty squishy and do well with negative armor and just playing around armor in general. Shadow Fiend, Juggernaut, Vengeful Spirit, Troll Warlord, Shadow Fiend, all like make use of the armor. His ulti, his weave, and Shallow Grave is really important.
Absolutely. And picking up Dazzle in like a tri-lane type of situation is pretty much a guaranteed lane win. I mean, because
it depends.
Absolutely. Well, this is Dota. It always depends.
Yeah.
Like, you just get so much sustain from like the heal and plenty of harass from poison touch, and he already has pretty good base damage. So, just a great support overall, I'd say.
And I almost definitely agree. Like I love Dazzle's support. I also like the idea of a carry Dazzle. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just saying his attack animation looks pretty good. I'm just throwing it out there.
His stat gain isn't good enough for him to carry, which is an issue with a lot of supports. If they had better stat gains, very easily.
But speaking of support,
really fragile, which is his biggest weakness. If you jump on him in the lane, there's not much he can do.
And one quick thing I was gonna say, speaking of supports and fragility, is that the right word? Being fragile. Sniper's been seeing a huge, gigantic resurgence. I actually watched a few games, like BTS and all them people, Toby and all them, talking about how Sniper's basically that person who sits on the backside and just smacks you in the face until you die. Is his presence really that strong?
Yes, especially in the mid lane.
Yes, absolutely.
Shrapnel's bonkers. Headshot is bonkers because of how it synergizes with Mask of Madness. Basically, if he's fighting another carry and you get headshot procs, it lowers their attack speed. So you're taking less damage as the sniper, even if they're up in your face. As opposed to like a drow where you lose all your damage if they're up in your face.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. I never thought about it like that. And also, Shrapnel, I do think Shrapnel's broken. I was gonna throw it out there. And also, I haven't seen people do it, but if you get a refresher orb, no, you need Phoenix ult. If you have Phoenix ult and Sniper, you can do some shrapnel shenanigans.
Phoenix is also really, really strong, but he's also really counterable with like a single silencer or Skywrath pick. So that's why we don't see Phoenix too much, but I think if it gets like one little tweak, it's gonna be like first pick, first ban material.
Yes, first pick, first ban material. And speaking of first pick, first ban material, going along the lines of bans, or just speaking on the logic of the bans, we got a Storm, Juggernaut, Troll Warlord, and Nature's Prophet banned out. You guys mentioned with the exception of Nature's Prophet, everything else seems to be relatively straightforward as like, we just don't want you to have the advantage against our team.
Yeah.
So is Witch Doctors Without Borders, are they trying to set themselves up for more of a passive, let my carry farm type strat, or are they trying to be like a in your face, let's do this type strat? Because they have the Centaur, but they also have a Dazzle in the Sky.
It's either. They can be really defensive or really aggressive with their team. It's pretty versatile.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about their lineup right now is they haven't nailed themselves down to any particular approach at all. They can, depending on what they want to pick with their next two picks, they can do pretty much whatever they want.
So I kind of like the counters sort of going on here, because the Axe is a counter to the Dazzle, and then the Omni's sort of a counter to the Dazzle too, in that even if you're weaved, Omni Knight ulti, like, negative armor doesn't matter if you're not taking damage, right?
Yeah.
And that's Omni Knight ulti sort of fixes that.
But at the end of the day, I've heard along the lines some people saying that if you're ever relying on an Omni Knight, well, okay, they were talking the rounds of carrying because Omni Knight's a horrible carry according to somebody else. But if you're ever trying to rely on an Omni Knight to do important things, then you may as well just call it GG. So do you think Omni Knight's going to be a huge weakness for these guys? Because they do have the VS and the Axe, but they're still Omni.
It's tricky. It really depends on how mobile he gets and if he gets like a good start. Because Axe is one of those heroes that'll start a fight and then you kind of need either his team needs to be like right behind him or already like, or he needs like a blink dagger or a force staff or something to get in close when the fight breaks out. Because of the range on his ultimate. Witch Doctors has easier execution. Like with Weave, it's always Dazzle's Weave. It's always hard to get both your team and the enemy team all clustered up from maximum potency. But Centaur's ulti for initiation is actually really good for that, to get everyone clustered up.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to talk about the Luna, because the Luna sort of helps out with her short attack range.
And I was also going to throw out there that Luna, I'm just like, hi, you can't hit me with physical damage, drops ult, so...
Yeah.
So Aghanim Scepter Luna, is that going to be a thing? Do you guys... No?
I would say absolutely.
Absolutely?
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, I just like Ags on every hero. If it was up to me, every hero would have an Ags, and that would be core on every hero. But
shoot, why not just go Ags? Actually, no. Everybody who is on the board except for Centaur and Bristle, Ags would help.
Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of people on the board, we got a lot of bands that we kind of glazed over. I didn't talk about Dynasty's bands, but they had the Batrider, Slark, Sniper, and Tidehunter band. You guys talked about this. We talked about the Sniper and the Tidehunter, but what about the Slark and the Bat? Specifically the Bat, because he used to be like first band material, but now he's like fourth, fifth.
Well, the Batrider's really good versus melee heroes, and they have 3 of them, so it's a smart band, and it's just a super strong hero no matter what. They did have Avenge, so I don't think they should have been too scared of the Bat. They have a lot of catch for when the Bat lassos between the Axe and the Avenge. Especially since the Axe and the Batrider should be getting their blinks around the same time. Well, the Axe might get his a little later depending on what happens. Batrider's usually more reliable on his blink timing. But, I mean...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Tri-cast problems,
Yeah.
I was gonna say Bat can, take advantage of stack camps and stuff like that a lot better than the Axe can, in my opinion. So generally, you'll see Batriders getting a little bit of a faster blink.
Yeah.
But obviously, it depends on what happens in the laning stage.
Multiple stacked camps too, like Axe can farm stack camps, but only 1 at a time, right? Batrider can farm 3.
And then hold on, really fast, just to bring things back into what just happened. We got a Night Stalker ban out and a Viper ban out. I'm not sure about the Night Stalker ban out. I've heard people say that Night Stalker's seen a resurgence, but I haven't really seen it. But all said and done, Queen of Pain got picked up by Witch Doctors Without Borders, and Dynasty they're looking for a mid, I'm assuming.
They're trying to pick a weird mid, I think. If they're banning a Night Stalker, I'm not sure what. Something weak to silences. Maybe an Ember Spirit.
Coddle! Oh.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Coddle. Well, there's the Tinker, so.
Okay, that makes sense, because Night Stalker can hunt down Tinker. Tinker can't do anything once Night Stalker gets an axe.
Yeah, if he's silenced, he can't laser or anything. But generally, that's not too bad of a matchup for Tinker, the Night Stalker, because of March and things like that. The Night Stalker sort of has to run at you and you see him coming, so you just march and walk away, even if he silences you.
Absolutely. I mean, I would honestly say that they should probably... I would rather be laning against the Night Stalker than the Queen, so...
I would agree to a certain extent. I mean, Queen of Pain, she has a Shadow Strike and she's blinks and she's like really annoying, so you just kind of count out killing her. But at Night Stalker, he seems like such a tempting target to kill, but he's just so damn tanky.
It might just be more about the vision control, because Night Stalker, the builds that a lot of people that I've talked to who are Night Stalker players are saying, it's like earn to ags into gem straight up, and you get that by about 20 minutes when Night Stalker is still relevant, because he kind of falls off around like 30 minutes or so, unless like you're really far ahead, which isn't usual. So you just get ags and gem, and you just walk around the map de-warding or killing supports or doing whatever, and it really helps you pick fights for your teams and sort of just maneuver your team around the map.
Yeah, it's map packs. It's basically Train Protector Spirit Breaker minus the Train Protector Spirit Breaker.
Or Coddle, even.
Oh yeah, Coddle during the daytime, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Alright, so introductions. Did you guys want to do introductions, or did you guys want me to go ahead and take this first team fight we're about to see?
Yeah, engagement in the level 1 jungle.
I don't know who's gonna go for. Okay, they're pinging. They run away. Alright, this is no.
Yeah. Radiant has the movement speed advantage between Luna and Skywrath. There's no way they're gonna catch up. And that's gonna be an issue until they have reliable initiation. It's just Luna and Skywrath are really fast. Even Dazzle's 305, slightly above average.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an issue for and it's gonna be an issue for the axe.
And what makes it really worse is like Dazzle with his Poison Touch. I mean, Poison Touch is a slow. It's not that great. A lot of people say. I think when you max it out, it does a lot of damage for free.
I don't even think you get it. I don't. There's an aggro tri-lane over here. So
Try.
They don't have a classic carry on DieNasty here. Arguably the Tinker, but no true right clicker aside from maybe the Bristle. But it's gonna be a Bristle versus a Centaur lane.
Yeah, Bristle.
Well, that's the thing about like being against this team is, do you really want a right clicker? Because they have the Dazzle with his ult, right? That's going to give your team, if he catches him with it, a ton of extra armor.
And speaking of a ton of extra armor, well, okay, that's a bad transition. But I was going to say, Vengeful Spirit doesn't have a Vengeance Aura, and they're trying to go for a kill. It's something that they can do, I agree. But yeah, the fast lane down bottom, I mean, it's going to be really hard to pin these people down. The Omni-Knight just taking the craziest amount of damage.
This isn't going to work versus the Skywrath. Thankfully, Skywrath didn't buy any clarities. He actually bought a circlet. Generally, you don't want that. If I know they didn't expect the trial, but generally you want at least one clarity on a Skywrath.
Yeah.
That's a free little Wraith Bomb, but I think he just wanted to do more damage overall. Now, question about this lane, because aggro tri-lane with Axe. I've seen this once before, and Axe did decently well. Like, he got a decently timed Blink Dagger. But a tri-lane surrounding Axe with, like, 2 supports and Axe, do you think that's a really good idea? And if so, could you guys tell me what the idea is supposed to be?
I don't think it's going to work that much on... running an aggro from Dire side is really hard, because you don't have the side camp to move from, like you do on if you're Radiant doing an aggro tri-lane. So they're good. The supports are going to lose out on experience, and Omni-Knight and Venge are not good roamers, and they can't roam on a Queen of Pain. They cannot lock down a Queen of Pain.
Oh, speaking of locking down, Omni might be in trouble.
Omni-Knight
has Repel. That's actually a pretty timely level 2, all things considered. They got a lot of experience, so.
Well played indeed. Now let's go and talk about this mid matchup. Tycho, am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah.
Okay, Tycho, mid matchup, Queen of Pain versus Tinker. Who do you expect to see to have the decent or better time?
Tinker should have the better time, but it comes down to player skill. Because if Tinker, if Tinker gets into range for Shadow Strike, and then Queen of Pain can just post up and start right clicking, the Tinker's just gonna melt pretty fast.
Okay. And speaking of double, yeah, so posting up, and there goes the blind, and darn it, NinjaByte. I'm sorry. NinjaByte top lane. The most exciting lane this whole entire tournament. Bristleback versus Centaur Warrior. Who's gonna win?
Hard to say. I would probably say the Bristleback wins this one, just because of the quill spray, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ridiculous zoning tool, and you can also use it for last hitting. And
He
then
needs
like,
to get NinjaByte up soon.
yeah,
Or he's not gonna have the sustain.
it's true.
But
And Centaur is a stick, so it kind of.
Yeah,
I think they're just gonna trade farm for the most part.
yeah.
yeah. That's what I was saying. You know, it's hard to tell. I don't think there's going to be a really clear winner.
Mm-hmm.
Both heroes will probably get what they really need out of this lane, and then probably not much else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, now as far as talking about builds and items that everybody got, Bristleback, he has the Basilius or Ring of Basilius already. If we look down bottom, I'm expecting to see Omni get a Soul Ring, but I'm not sure how long it's going to take him to actually get it. He does have the Sage's Mask, and he's working on probably everything else and some wards. Smoke of the Seed is up on him, so they're expecting to
This is a bad Omni Knight like Soaring kind of game because of Skywrath. He's dead, by the way.
First blood. I saw it. I got it, guys. I caught it.
Because a sort of like little trick you do as a Skywrath against Soul Ring heroes is as soon as you see them pop Soul Ring, you silence them,
Oh,
and all of a
yeah.
sudden they hurt themselves without casting a spell.
Mm-hmm. And then by
No,
the time,
this assumes you're in range for it, but it shouldn't be too hard versus the Omni, honestly.
Absolutely.
okay. All right. So as an alternative for Omni Knight, Tornado Stick.
Yeah, if you can ever get one,
If you get a
or you
regular.
can just build an urn. I think
Yeah.
would be better.
I would say an Urn would be probably be best in this game.
So he might just have to commit to the Soul Ring if things get crazy. Because sometimes it's just these look like the types of fights that are going to be long. So you have an axe and a bristle. These aren't going to be short, bursty fights. They're going to be long and drawn out. And that's kind of where Omni Knight excels, where heroes like Dazzle and Skywrath excel.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll have to see. But this tri lane is lost. They just kind of gave up first blood unless they get this kill. There's this good silence, so good.
He's
They might
going
still
for
get-
it.
He still got her. Wow.
Yep. One of the cool things about Luna is that she's one of those heroes that people consider like a right clicker who can get very tanky and just do a whole bunch of damage.
Yeah.
But she's not there yet.
Dazzle didn't pop his stick soon enough and couldn't get Shallow Grave off. He didn't have the mana. If he popped his stick, he would have been able to Shallow Grave right away, but he didn't.
Yeah.
So that's kind of on the Dazzle.
Yeah. So execution based thing.
Yeah.
Based thing. No, there are a lot of pings going
Now
on.
this is tilts. This is a tilt run at the enemy bench.
Well, yeah, for their situation, they're playing really, really
Yeah.
risky.
Oh, he missed the
aggressive.
time.
This is sort of going to decide like a big part of the game if this fight keeps going.
Mm-hmm. Looks like they'll just back away and go their separate ways. You guys mentioned Roman. Whoa, Centaur
there's
and
the
Ultimate
Centaur.
on top. They're gonna fight on top of Bristleback. Bristleback's gonna be in a lot of trouble.
Back.
Doesn't run
Dead.
front and back. He's gonna be dead.
Yep.
Yeah, so Bristle Centaur that's been developing. Speaking of things developing, down bottom we got Prince Spirit taking a lot of damage. Axe spinning both these guys away. That's 2 points out of spin. A lot of physical damage. And now speaking of physical damage, Dazzle gonna go and still Axe. Axe is like, bro, I don't even care. I did not realize that got rid of all of it. I thought Dazzle's dot went through Magic Immunity.
If it's casted beforehand, was it? I didn't catch it.
It was.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Okay, so it says it doesn't. My bad, guys.
It doesn't at all. So.
So-
One thing that I'm disappointed in is there's not enough sticks in this try versus try. If you don't plan on like dodging the lane or anything, you need sticks on every single hero. Axe needs a stick, Omni needs a stick, Bench has a stick that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Skywrath got a stick before his null tally.
And
Luna
Omni
needs a stick.
Soul Ring.
Omni Soul Ring. That's good. Yeah, did he get the kill earlier? No, he got the assist.
Yeah, he got the assist, unfortunately. Also, hold on, another thing to bring up too. Luna, she decided to go for the Glove of Haste instead of going for the stats. I've talked about this a few times where I would prefer to see an agility hero go for the stat based thing.
Yeah, you need either the what's it called, the strength item,
Mhm.
or the agi item. Probably the strength item, considering the nukes that they have.
Axe
Oh, they're
going
going.
in.
Oh, that's a bait. That's a dead axe. That's a dead axe.
That's a big kill.
Yeah, that was way
Speaking
too
of kills, Centaur top. Hold on, Centaur top versus Bristleback. Bristleback gonna be able to win the fight. He's running away. The pings are coming through though. Bristleback has a healing sub. He's gonna go ahead and use it. Will Quinn and Payne be able to make it in time?
Oh, Queen's got her.
No, she has
She
ult.
has-
She better not miss. Oh,
She
it's not
did,
enough
but it didn't
damage.
deal enough.
And she doesn't have enough mana for Blink.
timely salve.
And Bristle, no deny? No deny? Is he gonna deny? Okay. Right.
He realizes that she's not chasing.
Deny.
It took him too many hits. It's like, come on, kill me already.
Tinker's heading bot. Oh,
Waiting.
never mind, just ruining. My bad. Looked like he was gonna keep walking.
Oh, NinjaByte, really fast. The build, or the game as it goes along, Centaur Warren are helping people chase down Tinker. Do you think that's going to become a big factor, or do you think Tinker's just going to get Blink Dagger too fast?
Depends on the skill of the Tinker. I mean, absolutely, Centaur is a great pick against Tinker because of the reason that you said. You know, Stampede being able to chase him down effectively. But if the Tinker can get his blink in time, I don't think the Stampede is going to be able to do enough. Because Tinker will just be everywhere on the map, and Centaur can't really do that.
A smoke bottom.
Ooh, Tycho, you got this. It's all you.
Yeah. They're gonna kill the Luna. Dazzle's not there. Dazzle probably doesn't have a TP. He has a TP, but he's not gonna have mana to do anything.
She's dead.
She's dead. There's a Centaur ulti, but it was a good stun. Good call. Nah, I wouldn't count him out just yet, though, because it is a Luna. And if I was her, I'd go Mask of Madness this game. And basically, you just have to pray that your Centaur gets Blink fast enough and just goes around and makes space. Because once he has Blink, he can pretty much blink on Tinker whenever he sees him, or the Venge, and just get a free kill.
Yeah.
Or you can just start focusing the Venge, because without her, they lose a lot of their disable. They lose literally half of their disables, because the other half is Axe.
True, but all things considered, you said Centaur getting a Blink Dagger. He looks like he's going to be going for Vanguard, so it's looks like it's going to take a long time for it to happen.
It might be casual Ring of Health versus the Bristle. Don't know.
I mean, that's a lot of gold saved up already.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, okay, wait.
We'll find out soon. Yeah, bottom. They're going to take the tower. That's the biggest thing, is that they took Luna's jungle from her, which is the big thing. So that's a lot of pressure on the Queen of Pain and the Centaur now. Because this Luna is not fighting ready. But then again, like, late game on DN is very ratty based, very dependent on the Tinker and the Axe, really. Unless this Bristleback goes the correct carry Bristleback build, which would be Sanjin, Yasha, BKB. He definitely needs one of those.
Yeah, he's sitting on 1K. Never mind, he bought something. He has gone Ogre Club, so it's possible that that's like the beginnings of Assange, or maybe it's just BKB.
Now, early game BKB in this specific match, we already discussed that Luna is really nice because, you know, physical damage, but then magic just destroys your face. Early game BKB, do you guys think is going to be a bad idea for Bristle overall? Because, I mean, when we start getting to the later parts of the game, Queen of Pain is going to have pure damage, so she won't care.
It doesn't matter when he gets to BKB, really. You just gotta make sure that they can stick onto targets. That's gonna be the hard part for him because of the Centaur, because of the blinks, all the like quad blink.
Yeah.
Hold on. Quick question. I just looked at Queen of Pain's ability and it's pure damage already. Is that?
It's always been
permanent?
pure
It's
damage.
always been pure damage.
Yeah.
Well, after the change.
Yeah, after they rework damage types.
I thought it was pure damage with the eggs. My bad.
So nope, it's already pure damage.
Queen of Pain is kind of under farmed, I want to say.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. No Orchids boost travel already.
Yeah,
No.
this is gonna be like the Dual Scepter or something, which isn't the item. You need a Orchid for the
Tinker,
Omni
yeah.
at the very least. Yeah, and then Tinker, but the Omni, I think.
I mean, they already do have like the Skywrath silence, but you know, 2 silences is better than 1, so.
Alright, no, hold on. I hear Centaur War and ulti. They're going down on bottom. They're gonna go for the kill. Scarth Mace is actually really low. Dazzle's really, Dazzle's really low too, but he's gonna go all in. Tinker's gonna be the one to drop, and Omninet come around the corner looking for a kill on top of Tinker. Sadly, he moves so slow that Scarth Mace is gonna go ahead and just slap him in the face a few times. Scarth Mace actually might be dying here. Yes, he will die to the Bristle. Looks like, oh, that is gonna be a dead Dazzle. He dies to the heal anyway. Bristleback somehow getting that kill. Meanwhile, Axe,
dude, you just needed to.
Axe taunted in the wrong direction.
He just needed a
Battle Hunger, yeah. And will he get it? Yes, he will get the Battle Hunger. And that should be enough.
The level 1 Battle Hunger. It actually will,
It'll kill her.
Yeah. So the most infuriating things about Battle Hunger, it always kills you if CulBlu's looking at you.
Yeah.
And now Quap of Pop is dead. Oh lord.
Ooh, things are not looking as crisp as they were before.
Yeah, they need to compose themselves and rap, I think, because they just want to run down your throat with axe and bristle.
Well, that's what they just did. Centaur has taken a T1, so that was a trade. But that's not an ideal trade.
No, the Queen of Pain dying was totally unnecessary, I think. I don't know if she was trying to like finish off the Omni or what.
I don't think they realized that DN had so much backup on the way.
Maybe, yeah.
Ooh, man, Dazzle could have shallow grave. Axe had not enough mana for ulti. That's
Shouldn't
really
have
hard to
been
call.
there, period. And now they're still trying to contest this? Well, Centaur can. Now that Centaur's here, maybe they get something. But he doesn't have a blink. He is saving up for the blink. And it is a casual.
The ulti. Oh, he's gonna go for Sun. Bristleback's gonna be the one to die. So Bristleback, actually Queen of Pain on the back, so she's going for kill.
In on the
She kills, sorry, Queen of Pain kills on top of the, kills the Omni, and now she's gonna lose her life here.
Dead.
Oh, he's not yet. Queen of Pain, she might die. Ooh, the Axe had not enough damage. Tinker too much HP, bro. Or Queen of Pain too much HP, bro.
Why didn't she just stun? Oh wait, that was a friendly swap.
Yeah, save
I think the idea was to get him away from the Centaur.
Yeah.
A lot of things happened in such a small amount of time, but the only thing that came out was just 2 deaths on the side of D inside and 1 death on Dazzle. So you lost your Bristle, you lost your Omni, you got a tower. Was that overall a good exchange?
It's hard to tell. You gotta look at the graphs at that point. It looks like DieNasty ahead by 1,500, which is honestly a pretty small amount considering how much they took. It can jump up, but what they need to do is pretty much just camp Radiant Jungle. They already have the vision. Just sit in there. Camp is like 3 heroes, and have the other 2 heroes do whatever they want, farm wherever they want.
Yeah.
They can easily park the Venge, the Omni, and the Axe, I guess, bottom. And to fight them, Witch Doctors would have to bring at least 4 heroes. There's no way they do it with just 3. I can't think of any 3 heroes that would beat those 3.
3 silencers.
I don't know about that.
Okay, NinjaByte. We've been seeing things progress. The tri-lane versus tri-lane. We're officially out of the laning stage. We're into the roaming, don't know what's going on while carry farm stages. Do you see any team with the absurd advantage just yet, or do you just see one team just kind of chilling out?
Not a really absurd advantage for either team. They're pretty evenly matched as far as the mid game goes. Tinker's he's about halfway to his blink, I would say.
Ooh, Centaur, big mistake. Oh, he missed a stun. He was trying to go for Tinker, but swap comes out. Oh, Venge Spirit, she's gonna lose her life.
Follow up. Venge just died. That was a bad play from Venge. If she had more people, it would have worked. Like if the Axe was there early.
More fighting. Luna tries to drop the ulti. No, she doesn't get the ulti off. Queen of Pain, and also Luna lose her life as well. Vengeful Spirit, basically playing a mind game right now. Everybody is like, "Hey, we got Vengeful Spirit, good job," and Axe like, "Nope."
Queen of Pain needed to wait for her ulti to come up. It just came up 2 seconds after she died. She just needed to play back. She's a very low armor hero. You kind of want to wait it out. She is going for. She's severely unfarmed.
She's really unfarmed, yeah. One of the things about Queen of Pain that I never understood is like how she was able to just do so much damage. Usually, just basically blink in, just blow you up. I used to play support, so it's always me. Just blows you up and has a whole bunch of fun.
One of my really good friends is like top 100 Queen of Pain on Dota buff.
Oh wait, hold on. Before we talk about that, we got a lot of times coming to whoever that was.
That was a good swap.
Beautiful swap. But looks like Bristleback gonna lose his life at the end of the day. Axe with the taunt. Axe with the taunt. Will Bristleback stay alive is a big question. He's losing a lot of HP.
Axe is dead. Axe is at -8 armor. He's dead.
And Bristleback dies to neutral creep, so Queen of Pain not gonna be able to clear that kill. Luna drops the ulti. Here comes a nice little blink from Centaur. Centaur drops the ulti, try to stun the Vengeful Spirit, but she finally does get hit. Actually, no, she doesn't.
Her stuns have been pretty good though.
Minus that one time.
Yeah, that one time.
Alright, so things are breaking. Things are breaking everywhere. We've seen a lot of things happen. Tycho, I'm gonna ask you now. What is your assessment on the team's advantage so far? Like, really,
Witch Doctors did what they needed to do, and DieNasty sort of got caught up in the moment, in the heat of the moment, trying to fight and do things.
Well, yeah, they took the fight that happened like right here, but then they just stayed too far forward for too long.
When you asked when you asked him who was winning a few minutes ago,
yeah,
it was right on the cusp of DieNasty taking the lead. If they had secured their jungle better and just kind of clustered them a little bit more, they didn't need to take mid. They could have just sat around bottom and done things because they had superior vision.
Yeah.
If you notice now, they got dewarded. Look at all the radiant sentries everywhere.
Yep, they got dewarded in jungle and they started pinging that, but that was a
They
very
just had
important
turn.
part.
Yeah.
I see. Alright, so the blink, mobility count real fast. We got a blink on Queen of Pain, a blink on Centaur, built-in blink, you know what I mean? On top of those two, so the mobilities basically matched right now. You mentioned before that Omni Knight needs to be able to get into the middle of those fights so he can actually drop his ulti and help people out. Given the amount of magic damage, is that really a factor, or does Omni just fly an axe?
His fights have been so spread out. It's really, especially towards the mid lane, so it's really hard for him to use his ulti correctly.
And even then, it doesn't do all that much.
Doesn't do all that much?
It does the most versus Luna. It's going to become better as the game goes on. That's the thing.
That's true.
Speaking of Luna,
Luna hasn't even been fighting yet, although she did just get picked off.
that Mask of Madness.
She did get the mask, yeah. I mean, that was the correct item choice considering what happened. She wasn't going to be able to stack that much with the helm. Maybe Ancients, arguably, but considering how much control DieNasty had at that time when she had to make that decision.
Omni Knight! Clutch, repel. Omni's gonna be able to stay alive, but Bristle's in the middle of everything. Omni's gonna drop the ulti preemptively. They're gonna go for a fight. Axe goes for the taunt to top Centaur. The damage coming from Queen of Pain though is actually kind of massive. The heal does come back through though. Centaur Warren gonna be able to stay alive for just a few more seconds. Axe needs one ulti, not gonna be able to find it for a few seconds. There it goes. Drops the hammer. Centaur Warren is officially dead. Meanwhile, fights continue on the backside. Queen of Pain 2006 up the Omni Knight for the slow. It looks like there's not gonna be nobody running away from that one. Dazzle loses his life. Queen of Pain officially out of mana. Has just enough mana for one blink. Skywrath Mage shows up from the middle of nowhere. Throws out some damage to top of Skywrath Mage, but hey, who cares? Omni Knight shows up. Skywrath Mage just trying to juke the Axe left and right. Axe has enough mana for one ulti, just needs one taunt and enough damage. There goes one ult. Yes, it's gonna be ult. Nope. Nope. Just nope.
And that ward actually just spotted out Luna, so they know where she is if they want to jump on her. She doesn't have any team to back her up.
Creep wave is right there. She'll see them coming.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
That was a funny fight. That started in their jungle and ended up at Radiant Ancients.
Yeah, it traveled everywhere. It's like basically my checks when they bounce. It starts, where I paid for it and ends up right back on my doorstep. No. Joking. Alright, so I keep asking you guys the same questions because we have, unfortunately, if you guys haven't noticed, because counting, there's 3 different people here, so that means there's 3 different opinions, and I really want to know what the meat of what you guys think about what's going on. So now I ask NinjaByte. I've asked this question like 5 minutes ago. I'm gonna ask the same exact question. At this current point in time, is anybody really an advantage? And by anybody, I'm gonna specify a little bit, because we mentioned before that there's really no traditional carry on DieNasty's side. There's kind of just a Bristleback. So Bristleback versus Luna, is there anything going on for either one of those people now?
Sorry, what was that?
Bristleback versus Luna. Does either one have the advantage?
Between the two, I mean, Bristleback is doing what Tycho said earlier. He's going for the Saint and Yasha. So Bristleback's gonna come online a lot earlier. If anything, he's pretty much already online because he's super tanky already. And Luna's had like 5 minutes or so to pretty much farm uncontestedly, and she has nothing besides a bracer and a Mask of Madness.
Yes, but all that said and done, Bristleback does have the lesser net worth versus the Luna. So I mean, like, all things considered, Bristleback can do a lot more with less money. So does that mean when Luna and Bristle are put on an equal level as far as gold goes, assuming that gold's differentiated here, then
yeah, I'd say I'd put the Luna at an advantage.
Put the Luna at an advantage, okay.
Not for right now, I'd say.
Oh yeah, not for right.
Yeah, but I mean later on as she farms, if they farm at an equal pace, the Luna's gonna come out ahead eventually.
Absolutely.
But DieNasty's playing their power peak perfectly well. They're being super aggressive. They're just trying to be on their side. They rewarded Radiant side of the map towards the middle now, because that's where their objective is. Which I don't agree with, but that's what they're doing. I would just say keep farming their jungle, keep the Luna out of their jungle, and then you can just have Tinker farming Dire side of the jungle completely. Because that's the thing with Tinker, right? Same thing with Naga, is that they just are farm vacuum. So if you can control both jungles at once, that's how you win with those heroes. You can't do it with just one hero.
How it is.
Scarlet versus Axe. Bad idea. I don't know what he thought he was doing, but it looks like he's gonna be dying here in a few seconds. Axe did pop the blade mount. Looks like
he's got help.
Back up on the way.
It's gonna do it. There goes the damage, and Axe has nowhere to go. I was not aware of the fact that his team was that close.
That was a lot of buttons pressed. That was like a lot of ultimates.
Yeah.
But Axe is actually a super high value kill.
Mm-hmm.
And
absolutely. I mean, Axe is dead for 30 seconds, and that's 30 seconds that you can.
That should be the tier 1 mid,
actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, might have been an Omni. That blink was just a little bit off.
He actually maxed his passive before Repel, which I don't agree with because the passive doesn't do anything versus Centaur ulti. You're not going to stop them from getting away when they really want to get away.
True.
There's
and
the same
Repel,
Yasha
I
for
think, is
Bristle.
super valuable.
It's the same what?
The Sage and Yasha for Bristle is now online, so.
That came up later, but the thing is, no one's really been farming. Like, if you just look at how long like these creep camps have just been alive,
Yeah.
it's been way too long. You shouldn't be letting creep camps get stale like that. When you have heroes that can farm them efficiently, like the Tinker, like the Bristle, Axe. But hey, this is just Mortal Kombat Dota right now.
Yeah. Fight to the finish. Speaking of fighting to the finish, Omni Knight, nope, he died. He loses life. And Blink Dagger Centaur. Blink Dagger Centaur ult is online, so they're ready to go for
he's got a Vanguard too, which is actually pretty smart.
Oh, Tinker! Oh, Tinker, bro, I think you made a mistake. Tinker is gonna officially be regretting his decision. He needs to.
He has a Yule Scepter. Oh, he needed to Yule's there. He's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, unless he had a 4-staff, I didn't foresee him surviving.
Well, yeah.
He,
sorry, you can go.
Yeah, he could have Yules and then maybe blinked out, but that's a Skywrath. If the Skywrath knew what's up, he just ultis the Yules, so it does damage right away and it breaks the blink.
Yeah, and the thing is that he still had like 6 seconds left on his blink anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so the Cyclone wasn't gonna, keep him invulnerable long enough for that to work.
Alright, now, item choices, item selections. I'll give both of you guys a team. I'll give NinjaByte, I'll give you the Radiant team, or which doctor? WDWB. Jesus, letters are hard.
Hang on, Witch Doctors.
Yeah, the Witch Doctors. I'll give you Witch Doctors, and Tycho, I will give you DieNasties. So, we'll first start with Tycho. Your assessment of DieNasty.
Sure.
As far as our items go.
The Yule Scepter's on Tinker is debatable, but now he's going Dagon, right? So that's pretty good on the Luna until she gets her BKB. Especially if she tries to fight beforehand, because she'll just mask and then she's just gonna take a ton of magic damage. Bristle's gonna need his BKB because he just needs to frontline and just stick on to people. It doesn't matter who. The Omni Knight's got his mech coming up soon. It should be now, and it's right on. Oh, it's not now. So he still needs the recipe. He needs a 800 gold. So it's kind of ending its relevancy on how good it's gonna be. But I think if they keep 5-manning, it should be okay. Because, general rule of thumb is if you're getting a mech after 30 minutes, it kind of doesn't do too much compared to, say, like a pipe or something. But if the other team is kind of underfarmed, which it's safe to say they are, then it doesn't matter.
Hold on, before we continue on, we got Queen of Pain in a lot of trouble right now. Shallowgrave is used a little bit early, but she's going to be able to blink out in time. Centaur Warren ulti comes through. Queen of Pain just might die to the Axe ult, or to the Axe ability. Looks like it's going to be a no. Centaur Warren shows around the backside, stopping a few people in the tracks. So looks like he's going to be stopped in his tracks here very soon, taking quite a bit of damage. Another stun's available. Queen of Pain shows back up. A lot of damage going towards Bristle. Bristle does go down, and now we got Axe in a little bit of trouble. He's in the ulti of Luna, but Luna almost kills herself. Luckily, she gets rid of Battle Hunger because she killed Axe, and now Tinker's stuck in the trees. The marching machines are coming through. The stomp comes through for Centaur just a little bit off. Actually, no, it was actually on. They couldn't find him until there goes one kill. Skyra's Mace dies, and Centaur Warder dies as well. Looks like, oh man, if Tinker had the mana. Oh, he has the mana. He's gonna go for it. Here comes one piece of damage, Yules, and no more mana. Oh, wait. Zap, not enough. Dazzle still alive. Shallow Grave in 2 seconds. No.
That's Tinker.
That was super good.
See, if I was Dazzle, I would feel so heartbroken because his Shallow Grave was actually off cooldown.
He was in the middle of the animation for it when he was when he was killed.
Oh, the pain. Oh, the pain. I feel like a Venomancer right now. Alright. Okay, guys. We gotta recover. Come on. Alright. Tycho, the last person was Axe, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, no, Axe and VS.
Yeah, he needs a VKB too. Or something like a 4-staff. I think everyone needs 4-staffs, but I think the supports are poor right now. Benj is actually getting a 4-staff, so there we go.
And that rounds up the whole entire DieNasty squad. And now for you, Mr. Sir, Madam, and/or President, NinjaByte. Darn it! I was trying not to say NinjaB. I was trying to stall and not say NinjaB, but I just NinjaByte.
You almost did it.
How about the Raiders squad? How are they doing as far as items go?
As far as items go, Queen has gotten her blink up. Blink. Aghanims. Goodness. Queen has gotten her Aghanims up, which is gonna help her team fight quite a bit. You know, because obviously more damage.
Skyrath is dead.
Oh, Sky. How does it feel to fall from such great heights? Actually, no, they back away. Okay, never mind. They're backing away from the fight. Vince Ray gets no. It's only level 1, level 3. Yeah, she got stunned. And
oh, they're calling it.
That was salty. No, that was just a salt. GG.
Oh, he's saying whoops. Sorry.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Well, is it the rule if you call GG, then that's it? You can't cancel.
It might have been a chat wheel error.
Nope.
Yeah. I know. I was trying to make a joke, but I'm not funny. So.
It was at one point in time, but no, not. I mean, there's no determined winner yet. It's understandable that it might have been an accident.
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay, so anyway, so Aghanim's up for Queen, and she has a Yules, but nothing really on top of that. I mean, it's a good start, but it's not enough if she really wants to be effective in fights. She, as you said, as we were saying at the beginning of the game, she needs like an Orchid or something, because they just need more disabling for all of all of the spells that DN has. More
she has caught up in farm though, at least
That's
in net
true.
worth.
She's the second highest net worth, isn't she?
Yeah, she's pretty much tied with the Luna. The thing is, they've sort of been playing defensively, so these aren't terrible items for her. They're sort of cost-efficient HP, damage, regen.
Oh, somebody got blown up. Hold on, Axe just got destroyed.
Yeah,
and whoever this is,
Yeah.
Bristleback. Yeah, his back got broke.
It's a 40-second cooldown on her ulti. If basically they're saying, all right, DieNasty, if you want to brawl, we can brawl with pure damage.
Absolutely.
We really don't care about your repel. We don't care about Omni ulti, BKB, whatever.
That's the strength of Sonic Wave with Axe. It's like all of a sudden it's up for every fight.
That cooldown's just that low. Now we gotta rush on into him. I think this is a good idea because Axe, which is one of the bigger people that you want to be afraid of, he's not here. Oh,
yeah.
They need to leave.
They need to leave now. Because one taunt into that would have been perfect. Like just if he catches Vengeful Spirit and Sky, I think he pretty much got it. Actually, no, sorry, wrong person. Queen of Pain and Sky.
They can take a team fight. They cannot take a Roshan team fight. That's the difference.
Yeah.
A repelled Axe calling your team when they're hitting Roshan is just losing, I think.
Pretty much.
Especially when all Luna really has is a BKB.
Yeah, that's actually what I was just about to talk about. So go ahead. Luna doesn't have anything besides a BKB.
They're gonna fight. They just weaved.
Mask of Madness and Flames.
They have a smoke on anyone?
They want to go for Roche. They want this. They want this fight. Queen of Pain's gonna come in. They see him. Oh, Omni Knight. He's gonna get slowed up. His ulti needs to come out now. Oh, too late. And he's dead.
See, now they can rush.
And Axe is gonna take some negative damage. Some earned damage. He's gonna continue to run away. Luna throwing out the damage. Tinker showing up from the backside, trying to go for kill. BKB gets popped by Luna. And Tinker getting absolutely exploded. Actually, no, not just yet. Perfect kills just in time.
3 ultis were wasted on him. That was actually really good.
And he Ghost Sceptered, which was very much the wrong choice.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, this Axe is probably gonna die here. Blade Mail's gonna get thrown off of him. He's gonna get thrown to the ground, get smacked in the face, and Centaur's gonna go ahead and dunk him too.
And that's Roche.
Axe's game is done, honestly. He just fought back and then died. He just lost about 1,500 gold for nothing.
It's a dieback?
Yes, a dieback.
I gotta love those diebacks. Alright, okay. Sir NinjaByte. I did it, NinjaByte. The rest of the items coming up for the Radiant. One quick thing I wanted to point out as a change was that Tinker is working on a E-Blade. We talked about this Ghost Scepter, but he's working on an E-Blade, so his damage is going to be actually quite a bit here very soon. But continue on the Radiant side.
Yeah. So Rocky on the Luna, right? Hey, he has like mom drums, and now he has an Aegis, obviously, and BKB. So he does have good damage, obviously, from like Lunar Blessing and the BKB. You know, plus 24. It's not the most cost-effective item, but you also get the invulnerability on top of it, the magic commune, whatever.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, Luna is a lot safer and can take fights and such now, as we've seen, as we've seen him do. And you know, she's sitting on 2.5k gold, so like, it depends on what she wants to go for next. I would say something like an MKB maybe for the Tinker Blind.
MKB?
And
Okay.
yeah,
Well, she has.
I don't know.
It's gonna be a Manta, I think. That's pretty much.
I was
Once
just
the
about to
Luna
ask
gets
about
the Manta, she can end the game.
That's
That
true.
she can just blow up the base and it's done. And once they win one fight,
I was
because
gonna
her pushing
say
power is actually really underrated, and it used to be why she used to get picked so much. But then you had heroes like Troll and Lycan getting picked, so it kind of replaced her.
Speaking of heroes, we got Axe in a lot of trouble. Omninet refuses to use that ulti. Finally uses it, catches only him, his ally himself. They're gonna continue to go through the run though into the jungle. Centaur Warren and Smoke and Sea gets used, but it doesn't matter. Everybody getting murdered. I see a giant blood stain. I think that's 2 heroes that Centaur just killed with 1 ability. So really well played. Meanwhile, we got a blink coming into the tower. Tinker did not get caught with the stun, but he didn't blink fast enough.
that was actually perfectly timed by the Centaur.
Spell 3-2-2.
I spelled 3-2-2. Oh, it's almost there. No, it's not there. It's not there. It'll be 30-20.
It'll be 32 maybe. But Tinker, aside from that triple kill, Tinker hasn't done too much. Like, they should have. He needs to keep the lanes pressured. He needs to be pretty much everywhere at once. I think he's kind of underfarmed for where he's at in the game.
Absolutely.
And for his stat line.
I mean, he was doing a pretty good job with the lanes earlier in the game, but he stopped doing that, and I'd be willing to bet that the point when he stopped doing that is the point when this game started going super downhill for DieNasty.
The biggest thing I saw is that when DieNasty won fights, they weren't for objectives. When every time Witch Doctor won a fight, it became an objective. So
absolutely,
even though the kill scores are relatively close, just the things that were gained after the fights were over is what made the difference.
Yeah, because space creation is very important, specifically for Luna. Like Bristleback, you can create space for him, but Bristleback can kind of create his own space sometimes. But for Luna, she absolutely needs somebody to create space for, or maybe just get like a few 1v1 kills. But
she has more last hits than the Tinker does by about 15.
And her net worth is like top right now, so
it is top right now, and she has the Manta, like you said, in the stash. So
yeah, the Tinker should be ahead in last hits by. He should be well over 250 last hits by this point. Even that's just the bare minimum.
Yeah.
And well, one of the biggest differences between Tinker and Luna right now is that basically Luna, she hasn't had as much space as Tinker has had, but she's been basically going to the lane, going to the jungle, going back to the lane, going to the jungle, going to the other lane, going back to the jungle. That jungle fact that you guys were talking about before, about the creep camp still being stale, up at the top, that Tinker wasn't really taking advantage of that farm.
Yeah, exactly. If you look at the rest of Tinker's team, they've always been in the bottom half of the map. Or like towards the middle, which is sort of what they want to be doing, right? That's the right mentality. But the Tinker wasn't using the space as well, and maybe the Axe could have used it. It needed to be rotating heroes in and out of that jungle, in between stuff. Basically, it's just the game was a brawl, and everyone just sort of got heated. That's what I want to say. We're just one of those games.
Just one of those games. Just one of those casual games. Speaking of casual games, we got Axe around the corner looking for a casual blink in. If he catches the Queen of Pain and the Sky, he might be able to get a kill. But otherwise,
Queen of Pain's way too tanky. She's got 1700 HP and a Yule, so after the call wears off, she just Yules and then blinks out, or just blinks out if there's a follow-up stun.
I was gonna say he needed to catch both because I thought Dazzle would have prioritized Queen of Pain over Sky, and he might have gotten a kill on top of Sky instead.
Yeah. So Dazzle's pretty rich actually. Holy hell. Yeah.
What? Where's all this gold coming from?
I think all the racks and towers they got.
Oh, they did get bottom racks. Wow.
Yeah, it was really quick right after the Roche. And then they cut out the Tinker. Like the Tinker TPing bottom and just dying there. He needed to go top. He just needs to push because like at this point, it started out with DieNasty death balling, right, and just 5-manning jungle and blinking on things, whatever. Now it's Witch Doctor's turn. Now that they have their items and their levels and stuff, when they're doing that, you need to push out any lane. If you can send one hero back to defend a tower, you've done your job as a tinker. And if you're a really good tinker, you kill that one hero, especially if it's like Skywrath or Dazzle. You just go and you kill it.
Yeah.
And then they have to either commit another hero to save the Dazzle, or they let him die, and now you can take a fight. Because Tinker can come into a fight, and it's not a 4v4 because your carry just killed their support. It's just a 5v4 because your carry can TP wherever the hell he wants on the map.
Oh my gosh, look what Tinker's doing. He's farming in the jungle. Alright, he really wants that E-Blade, and they're pinging down bottom. They really want to go for killing top of Luna. Luna pops a Manta style preemptively and just backs away. I think this is safe. They do have them Zorgor to see this. Well, actually, no, she can't see it. She has a false sense of security. She's gonna get murdered here. BKB is available. Axe and crew are available as well. Looks like the stun's gonna come out. Here comes a call. Luna can't really do much. She has a lot of HP. She is tanky, but not versus 4 people.
They can take a fight now. If Tinker's there.
That was a good quad ulti.
Yes, it was. Centaur Warren ulti. Where is it at? No Centaur ulti? There it is. Centaur ulti comes through, but sadly, Axe is. Oh, is that still level 1? Oh my god, this is a level 1 repel.
He hasn't leveled up Repel still. It's
still
level 2 now.
Repel.
It's level 2 now, but that's still a...
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
For a second he level stats, but he didn't.
I mean,
no, he's just low. He's just low level.
This Centaur is completely overtaken the Axe, though.
Yeah.
And essentially they have the same job.
Right,
just jump into the
run
middle.
around, take damage, and get kills.
And the
Be ballers. Don't forget the baller part. Don't forget the B-baller part. Speaking of being baller, Tinker has an E-Blade available. I don't know if it's too little, too late. I think at this point Tinker needs to have a sheepstick because, like, I feel like Luna, she's not there yet, but Queen of Pain and Centaur are big enough targets to say, oh my gosh, I need a sheepstick.
Yeah.
At the very least, if you can stop Centaur from dropping his ult and then kill like a Dazzle in the sky, then you're good.
They need Luna before pushing. So.
I would say that the E-Blade is too little, too late in this case. I mean,
if he can start getting pickoffs with it,
the BKB! Tinker, you done goof, bro.
Yeah.
He's desperately trying to keep himself alive. He can.
He needs to TP out. Oh no.
He needed to TP out right then.
He did not press the right buttons.
No, he did not.
Did he drink a bottle? He drank a bottle charge. He drank a bottle charge. Anyway, so we got Omni Knight. He's gonna get murdered here. Nothing he can really do except for just run away and try to stay alive. Can't even do that. He's gonna die. Meanwhile, Vengeful Spirit's getting put into everything. Queen of Pain ulti Primer's taking all of Vengeful Spirit's damage or HP. And they're just marching on in. Centaur Warren is going to casually walk in here, throw out a stomp here on top of Bristle. Nope, Bristle's still alive. He's going to keep on running. He has a Reaver available. He is going to lose his life at the end of the day, though. Nice little taunt from Axe, actually keeping Bristle back alive for just a few more seconds, and that's it. Axe is going to get him run away.
I call it here. I mean,
yeah.
You can't take fights. You're 4 down. They're pushing your base.
And
there it is.
It's a Tinker. I mean, it's a Tinker thing. Like I honestly think that space creation from Tinker would have been good. Also, on top of that, Bristleback having more farm than Luna, but just being basically on the same level as Luna. I think that was actually a problem at a certain point in time.
It was they didn't adapt properly after they didn't realize that their peak sort of ended and they kept trying to do the 5-man blink onto things, kill them, and didn't recognize when
they needed a transition.
Strong enough. Yeah, they needed to start changing into
rat. Yeah.
About the late game. Yeah.
Yeah. Just start thinking like, pick a little here, pick a little there, and just wear them down over time.
You have to break the objectives down into chunks. It's basically they needed to win the tri-lane, secure the jungle, get maybe mid tower. You break it down like chunk by chunk what you need to do.
Yeah.
But they kind of were single-minded throughout most of it, and then I wouldn't say towards the end of it they were single-minded because it was more they were on the defensive the whole time, so they couldn't really think ahead that far.
Do we know who's making lobby?
Yes, we do. But before we do go, where can people find you guys if they want to check out your stuff?
Well, I'm on Twitter at NinjaByte Dota.
And Tycho?
YouTube you can find me on YouTube at user/hi Tycho HITYCHO.
Yes, guys. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm on YouTube too at user/NinjaByte videos.
Alright, and you guys can also find me on my YouTube page, which is youtube.com/CulBlu Dota, that's CulBluDota, and Twitch, which is where I'm live streaming to right now, which is twitch.tv/CulBlu. And also shout out to our sponsors, Build Dota 2. We love you guys. They have a nice little app. Go check it out. Look up on the Play Store. It's really amazing. It lets you do your own builds. And we also got KillPing, who made the beautiful overlays, and Castnet, which is, you know, we over committed to the casters, and we got a lot of casters. That's all I gotta say.
Yep.
Maybe more casters than players, but that's besides the point.
It's a best of 3, right?
It's a best of 3. So we're gonna jump into the next game. Thank you guys for watching. We hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, we'll see you guys whenever.